Tomio Horiichi. I'm a 27-year-old office worker. Today, I'd like to tell you about something incredible that happened between me and my brother's fiancé. My family is made up of me, my parents, and my brother, Atsuishi, who's 3 years older than me. Both of our parents were working, so Atsuishi took care of me a lot, and we were well known to the neighbors as siblings that got on really well. It's definitely your fault I can't get a boyfriend. My standards are so much higher because of you.
What are you talking about? That's called a brother complex. Hurry up and look at other guys.
We got on so well. We were able to joke like this. Even in my eyes, my brother was handsome, kind, and considerate. It was true that I thought that his girlfriend would be a really happy woman. That still hasn't changed. Now we're both adults. Now we're both independent and doing our best at work, but we still message each other often. Even though that we're adults, his kindness hasn't changed at all. My brother works at a major company, and the clothes and accessories he uses are high quality. Just one look and you could tell he was a great catch. Our mutual friends would often ask if he was dating someone, if he was free, or if I would have to set them up on a regular basis. But he already had a girlfriend he had been dating for 2 years, so I would politely decline any requests of the sort. Then let us know when he breaks up with her. Most of them would be really persistent, and it scared me how popular he was. Just how many women has he affected up until now? Then one day I received a message from Atsuishi.
Tomomo, do you have some time? I have something important to tell you.
What's wrong? It sounds really serious.
It's okay, it's good news. I'm gonna marry the girl I've been dating.
Really?
Yeah, it's true.
Congrats, you've never introduced us. Even though I kept on asking, so I thought it wasn't going well.
It was just embarrassing to say. Sorry, but yeah, we're getting married.
Alright, but if you're getting married, I want to meet her.
Of course! Next month I'm gonna take her to see Mom and Dad, so you can come then.
I heard some really good news from my brother. Now there won't be any messages from friends asking me to introduce them to him. Furthermore, I could finally meet the girlfriend he had been talking about all this time. I was looking forward to seeing her the next month. Then, a few days later, my brother brought his fiancée to meet us. I returned to my parents' house to welcome her to the family, but... Nice to meet you. My name is Emiko. I'm looking forward to being part of this family. My brother's fiancée, Emiko, was the same age as my brother and was very pretty. She spoke very politely, was friendly, and I had a good first impression. She got on very well with my parents straight away. I was watching their conversation from the sidelines, but suddenly, when she looked at my face, she made an expression as though she had found something disgusting. At first, I thought I was just seeing things. I found out later that it wasn't. I realized that thanks to a message my brother sent me.
Tomoyo! Sorry, I have a favor to ask.
What is it?
About the wedding preparations. I have a lot of things I want to do, but work's really busy and I can't get around to doing things.
That's not good. You can't leave everything to your fiancé.
I know. That's what I want to ask. Emiko's really busy with planning, so could you help her out?
Are you okay with me filling in?
Of course, who else can I ask? Please, when everything's over, I'll buy you anything you want.
Do I have your word? It's a promise?
Yep, sure.
Then I'd be happy to help.
Thanks, you're a great help. I'll tell Emiko.
Even single, I can imagine that preparing a wedding is a lot of hard work. I was happy to help for my brother's sake. But when I went to my brother's fiancé at their house... Hello, tell me what I can do. Yeah, hi. She greeted me with an extremely cold attitude. My brother wasn't at home because of work, and when we began our planning... I've made a guest list, so make the invitations from that. Also prepare transport for the people who are coming from far and book the cameraman. She kept on throwing orders at me without taking a breath. That was still just the beginning. While I was working tirelessly, Emiko wasn't doing anything at all. She was just messaging friends and playing on her phone. Ever so often, she'd check my progress. You're still not done? Hurry up! I'm sorry. She was being so horrible, I wondered what I had done to make her act like that. When my brother came back from work,
I'm home.
You're back. You must have had a tough day. Your little sister came. She's been a great help. We've been working so hard together. Her attitude was so different. I thought she must have had multiple personalities. I was so shocked, I couldn't say a thing. I was reminded that my brother really is a great guy, but that he has no taste in women. All of his past girlfriends were similarly difficult to like. That's why I had been saying no to all of the women that had been asked to introduce them to him. It might be better to say that I was acting as a barrier. I didn't have a good feeling about this woman either. He had already chosen to marry her, so I had no choice but to accept it. Then a few months passed. I was visiting my brother's house regularly, helping prepare the wedding. I thought that if we met a few more times, we would be able to break the ice. However, when you're done, do this. Yeah. Her tone and expression never changed, and she would always treat me coldly. I really had no idea what reason she had to treat me so badly. Then a decisive incident occurred. It happened when I was checking the seating plan for the wedding. Sorry, I can't find my name. The seating plan was the only thing she had done, and she had only shown me after she had finished. She said something unbelievable. Oh, my bad. I forgot. But it's already decided, so give up on attending. Sorry. I couldn't keep quiet about it. That's enough. What do you have against me? She glared at me steely. You look just like that stupid woman that stole my boyfriend in the past. It was such a ridiculous reason I couldn't help but gap at her. It wasn't even a reason, it was just an accusation. As I stood there, still shocked, she shouted at me viciously. There's nothing else to do, so get out! I left the house crying, overwhelmed by her momentum.
Hey, I just looked at the guest list and the seating plan, but why isn't your name written anywhere?
Didn't you hear anything from Emiko?
I did, but I only heard that you had other plans.
The truth is, my work's gotten really busy recently.
But it's my wedding day! You're the most important guest!
I know that. I'm really sorry, but I can't.
I suppose there's nothing else we can do. It's a real shame.
I really am sorry. I'm planning on going to the after party.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Sorry I asked for the impossible.
To tell you the truth, I really didn't want him to marry someone like that. But the reality was that the plans were already underway. It was difficult to say anything to my brother, especially since he seemed so happy. In the end, I could only put up a front to make everything seem like it was okay. After it was decided that I couldn't go to the wedding, I was pretty blue. In a state of mind, I happened across a cafe while I was out for work. There were some documents I wanted to finish up when a surprising person appeared. She hadn't noticed me, but there was no mistaking it. It was Emiko. But she wasn't alone. Then finally, it was the day of my brother's wedding. Just like I had told him, I would attend the after party. The venue looked wonderful. Emiko was being paid attention to from all directions and looked very satisfied. When I arrived, I went straight to my brother. Atuishi, congratulations on your marriage.
Tomoyo, you're here! Thank you so much!
I was an insensitive little sister for not coming to his wedding, but he didn't make any problem of it and thanked me. He really is a lovely brother. That's why I couldn't forgive her. I have someone I want to introduce you to. I gestured towards the man that I brought with me. His name is Takasuki. I think Emiko already knows him. The person I saw Emiko with at the cafe that day was Takasuki. They had been sitting face to face. Then that's decided.
I can't accept that. I thought that we were gonna get married.
Sorry, but I can't imagine having a future with you.
That's too sudden. We were fine up until last week.
You're really annoying me. Goodbye. I overheard their conversation, and Emiko left Takasuki behind, alone and upset. I struggled internally, but I made my way over and sat in the seat that Emiko had vacated. I'm sorry, what sort of relationship did you have with that lady?
Huh? Who are you?
I'm going to become Emiko's sister-in-law. Takasuki was confused at first, but when I spoke to him about my situation, he told me everything. I had guessed it from the conversation they had earlier, but it seems that Takasuki had also been dating Emiko. He told me how he had been serious about her, and that the relationship had continued until at least a week ago. All during the time we had been preparing for her and my brother's wedding. As I explained everything to Takasuki, he became more and more angry.
I can't believe her. She was cheating and she was being horrible to you.
To be honest, I think it's a great chance for you and for my brother. We can bring her crimes to light.
I agree. I can't let her go off so easily.
Takasuki and I planned to crash my brother's wedding. My brother and his new wife were in shock as we explained everything about her and Takasuki's relationship.
Emiko and I have been dating for around a year. I've heard that you've been together for 2 years. It means that for half of the time you've been together, she's been cheating on the both of us.
No, you're wrong. We weren't dating.
I have my conversations with Emiko on my phone. There's plenty of information proving that we were dating until a week ago. Please take a look if you'd like.
Stop it. Don't show him. My brother took the phone from Takasuki and scrolled through the phone silently.
There's a message from about a month ago saying, "Let's get married." That's when we were right in the middle of planning the wedding.
No, that's all wrong.
This conversation is more than enough evidence.
Why? Why would you do that? We broke up. Is this your revenge? Takasuki walked towards Emiko and said,
Of course. I was seriously thinking about a future with you. I'm so embarrassed that I was honestly in love with the woman that was just playing with me.
He ignored the people watching and yelled at her. Why on earth would I marry someone like you? I was busy preparing the wedding, so I didn't have the time to break up with you. Huh? But you looked like you were having so much fun on your phone while I was left to do all of the preparations by myself.
What?
Stop lying! We were working together! Really? I played a recording of Emiko's voice. The truth is, I had been so annoyed I had prepared a voice recorder to gather proof. It was so that I could make my brother rethink marrying if something ever happened. When you're done, do this. Yeah. Sorry, I can't find my name. Oh, my bad, I forgot. But it's already decided, so give up on attending. Sorry. That's enough. What do you have against me? You look just like that stupid woman that stole my boyfriend in the past. I don't even want to see your face. There's nothing else to do, so get out.
What is this, Emiko?
But she really does look like her. It's not my fault.
I told you that I wanted my sister to come to the wedding from the beginning, didn't I? I never thought that she was being bullied by you.
Miko glared at me, but I wasn't bothered. She was clinging desperately to my brother. But he threw off her arms, took the microphone, and spoke.
To all the guests that came to bless our wedding today, I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that the party ends here.
Like that, he had everyone in the hall go home. They must have all heard our conversation because they were going home gossiping.
I truly am very sorry. I'd like family members to stick around if possible. I'd like to explain something. Could Ash stay too? Of course.
The only people that remained were close relatives and Takasuki. My brother faced Emiko, who was shaking, and told her.
Frankly, I'd had a bad feeling ever since my sister announced she wouldn't be coming to the wedding. but I didn't think the problem was so big.
Please forgive me. I just wanted to play around a bit before getting married. I really did love you. It's true.
Unfortunately, it's impossible. You better go home to your parents. I'll send you all your luggage and the divorce papers in the mail.
No, no way. I want to marry you. Emiko cried and made a fuss, but her relatives managed to drag her out of the hall. Her parents cried as they apologized to my brother and promised they would make Emiko sign the divorce papers. So my brother's marriage came to an end on the day of their wedding. All of the money that was spent on the wedding, the after party, and the guest presents were compensated by Emiko. Her parents ended up paying in her stead, so she was made to work hard day and night under her parents' supervision. A few days later, as her parents, will take responsibility and keep an eye on her until she returns all of the money. We're really sorry for all of the trouble she has caused your family. Had sent us a letter in the mail. I was prepared for my brother to hate me for what I had done, but...
I'm really sorry you had to go through all of that. If anything, if you weren't there, I was about to marry that woman without knowing her true colors. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Really, thanks for saving me.
He didn't blame me at all, and instead he thanked me. Once I got his forgiveness, I suggested something to him. Brother, I think you realize this time, but you don't have a good judge of character.
Yeah, I've really learnt my lesson.
The next time you find someone you want to date, introduce them to me. I'll check them out for you.
That's true. I'll be more relieved if they have your mark of approval.
It looks like you can't become independent of me after all.
You're right. Now our positions are completely different to the past.
I plan to train my brother's judge of character until the next time he finds a wonderful partner. By the way, Takasuki and I have become close and often go out to drink coffee.
It looks like I have a bad judge of character when it comes to women, too. I need your advice.
Huh? Are you sure? I thought you wouldn't want to see me after all that.
Of course not. It's thanks to you that I was able to get my revenge on Emiko. You're like a savior to me, a goddess. Please.
The way he asked me was so funny. I couldn't help but say yes. But my brother was worried, asking, was it a date? Is he after you? I replied that we were good friends, but that he was really a good guy. So we would have to wait and see.